So while I'm telling you guys the story, I'm gonna get ready. Molweni guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Storytime, you guys, my first ever story time. So the reason why I'm doing the story time is I had initially thought I would be doing a Q&A, but because I understand that I don't have a lot of subscribers, so there was not much engagement, no engagement at all, my dear. But anyhow, so I'm doing a story time because you guys had heard me say Uber driver all the time in the car while we were going to run errands. So I thought I will tell you of how we met and where we met and how it went. So I hope you enjoy the story time. Do please like, comment and share this video. Let's get into story time. So I'm not doing too much today. I'm just getting ready to go outside. So I'm just going to put on concealer and some powder. Or if you have noticed, I have already done my eyebrows. So let's get into the stories, you guys. So Driver Bay and I met in 2018. Before I tell you the story, guys, Mubud Bay, he's not from Cape Town or the Western Cape. He's from the Eastern Cape. So yeah. And him and I, we both went to CPUT, but we did not know each other prior to that. Reason being, I did not reside in any of the residentials of the institution until my very last year. So now I was at home attending classes from home. Anyhow, let's get into the story. So we met in 2018. If you're from Cape Town, we met ebhakini. I was with my friends. He was with his two friends. One was female and one was a guy. It was just the three of them. Tina, we were a bunch of people. Friends and I and some couple of guys. Who is Umkaya of one of my friends, I think, yeah. I'm having a smoothie here, guys. We were there for quite a while already, just standing by one of these guys' cars. And he was also, him and his friends were standing by his friend's car. And so I had noticed that these people are looking at our direction. And it was weird because they're staring, you guys. And I'm like to one of my friends, hey, these people have been staring at us and I think they're pointing fingers. So I'm like, okay, we all know one of the guys wants a girl, but I did not know it was myself. So we're like, they're probably looking at someone. And I'm like, maybe it's you. I'm like to the other friend of mine, maybe it's you. We ignore them. They don't stop. So, oh, this thing is so wet. So, let me start with the brush. Kabake Ubutiza has gathered some courage to come over and man up. I think, let me put it that way. He manned up and decided to approach us. So we noticed that he's coming like, he came over, greeted all of us. Remember, there are other men standing with us. He greeted. Guys, I don't think the story is going to be juicy, even spices if I narrate the story in English. But I'm going to try my best. I want to narrate it in my mother's tongue. But I understand that this is YouTube. I have to tell the story in English. But anyhow, he comes over. He greets everyone. And I think because I'm a mean girl, I'm one of those mean girls. I doubt I greeted back, but anyhow, he's like, hi to me. We all knew who he wanted. Sorry guys, my nose is a bit stuffy. He's like, hi, and I'm like, hi. He tells me his name, and obviously he's gonna ask for mine. And I think I told him my real name, because I never lie about my name. That's one thing. So I tell him my real name. He's like, he'd like to get to know me. Uhlala erezi. And I'm like, I'm from Kailicha, right? And he's like, okay, what do you do? I'm like, I'm also studying. And he asks where, and I'm like, oh, before he tells me that uhlala erezi, he asked me if, what am I doing? Where am I studying? If I'm working, where am I working? And I tell him that I'm studying. It's like, where? And I'm like, at CPUT. He's like, which campus? And I'm like, the one in town. He's like, hi, boo. I'm also a student there, the one in town as well. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm not interested. And I'm like, oh, okay. Guys, disclaimer, I was in a relationship at that time. And I'm a loyal girlfriend, Kemnake. I'm a loyal girlfriend. I don't even entertain you if I'm in a relationship. I'm loyal like that. I don't believe in cheating. Okay. He's like, I'm also a student there. What course are you doing? I tell him. He tells me he is He's like, can I please have your number? And I'm like, oh God, I knew he's gonna ask for that, and I can't lie to this guy because I'm holding my phone the whole time. He's like, can I please have your number? But the thing is, my phone is dead. And I'm like, good shot, thank you, Lord. I'm like, oh, how are you gonna save my number? He's like, no, let's do this. You take my number. And I'm like, okay, go shop. I'm like, thank God. I'm going to take your number. Once you turn away and you walk away from me, I'm deleting that number. He's like, no, you're going to save my number now while I'm still with you. And you're going to send me a hi on WhatsApp. And I'm like, don't do. He's very smart. And I'm like, I don't have data. He's like, send it. I saved his number. And he's like, say hi now. Send me that text now on WhatsApp. And I'm like, oh, okay. I send the text. And he's like, now the thing is, I'm like, okay, we're done with the getting to know each other. You took my number. I took your number. Sent you a hi. Can you now just leave? Go to your friends. This guy sticks around. He sticks around. I think he was there with us for like 30 minutes rambling. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is annoying. My friends and I keep giving each other looks. We're like, when is he leaving? And I'm like, oh, Mazi told me. This guy never left. Eventually he left after a while. The night proceeds. But he comes back, this guy. I'm like, now he's a bit more tipsier. He's like, we're going to town. This part, whenever him and I are telling each other how the story went, he's like, I never asked you to go to town with me. And I'm like, I don't drink, you drink, you were the tipsy one. He came to me, you guys. I remember I was accompanying one of my friends to go to the loo, and then he came, and I'm like, what? Not this guy again. And then he was like, my friends and I are going to town. Do you want to come with us? And I'm like, no. Now in my head, this guy gets tossed. I don't know how to put it. Let me say in English, this guy wants a one-night stand with me. Because in my head, I go for no win. And I'm like, this guy, can he not see that I'm sober? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go to town. He's like, oh, he rambles. He was a talker, I tell you. And then we left. I think they left before us because I remember seeing their car driving past us. But his side of the story is he left before them. Okay, guys, whoever left first, but we left. And then the next day comes. This guy responds to my greeting at around, I think in the afternoon. We started chatting and I told him that I'm in a relationship. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, I don't mind. You know how men are? They never mind until they do mind. And I was like, I am a loyal girlfriend. That's another story for another day. Being loyal to that person. Ugh, that person. But anyhow, we start chatting for a very long time. But I'm always like, no, I have a man. No, my man, this, my man, that. So I would always make sure that I'm friend zoning him, putting him in his corner. Right? Right. Chat. I remember this one time he wanted to meet up, and Nike being me, I thought, remember, this guy is not my type. Honest to God, he was not my type at the time. Now he's my type. He's my man. Naibu. So he asked me if I'm going to campus that next year, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. Can we meet up? And I'm like, sure, no problem. I tell my friend, Upagama, go, I'm meeting up with this guy. He's so annoying. Can we meet up with him? She's like, no, it's fine, chum. Okay, our classes ended, and then I tell him that my classes just ended. I'm about to leave campus. At that time, he was working and studying at the Cape Town Library in town. I guess Band, he came over all the way from the library gardens to me at campus. And I was like to my friend, I remember we waited for him for like 10 or 15 minutes because he gardens in Lady CBD. If you know you Cape Town, yes, okay. He comes over and we see him like walking towards us, and I'm like, Chominanga. We're like, Mr. Skakaka. My man is a bodybuilder. Tough guy, Mr. Tough Guy. Hi, Chomi. Mr. Skakaka. That was his name. Even when I started dating him, he was still Mr. Skakaka. Mr. Skakaka. I think I stopped calling him Mr. Skakaka when I really fell in love with him. I fell in love with him very quick, by the way. Okay. He comes over and he says he was so annoyed to see that I came with a friend. He thought it was just going to be him and I. And I didn't want us to be just the two of us. Okay. We meet up. We start chatting. Now, remember, he has to accommodate not only me, but my friend. Shame we do this pep talk. We chat, and then accompanies us to Erenkini. I think he had to go back to work, or he was just nervous because there were two females. When you're a guy, I think you have to impress. But now imagine having to impress the lady that you like and her friend. That's too much for any guy. November 2018, I broke up with that guy. I came out of that relationship, and then I was single. Right. Now, prior to me breaking up with my guy, I am still chatting with this guy, and I can feel that there's a connection. Honestly, honest to God, there was a connection. But I was like, I'm so low. I can't do this. I remember one time I had promised him that I would go over to his room, Ray's room, but I never went because I was like, no, man, I'm not doing this to my guy. And another thing is that I have to get out there was that I'm a late bloomer, right? But anyhow, that's not the story for today. What I want to put out, why am I saying I'm a late bloomer, is at that age, I never saw myself dating or in a relationship with someone ohlala erez. I was older for that. It was not ideal for me, right? Okay. Now, I break up with that person. I break up with that person. I become single. I'm still chatting with this guy until I saw on his status that he had lost his phone. Can people please say hi to him? And I thought, I'm not doing that. Now, this is in December, I think December or November. I think at the end of November, beginning of December 2018. He had lost his phone. That was a status, and then it became his profile pic for like a month or two. He would go back to that profile, can people say hi? And I knew that this guy wanted me to say hi. And I was like, I'm not saying hi. I'm so grateful that you lost my number. Right? Right. We go into 2019. I'm still single. We go into 2019. Now there are more suitors. More suitors. I'm going, guys. Ooh, I think the sunshine has left me. It might be a bit darker now, you guys. There are more suitors. 2019, January, February, March. And then in April, I was in campus with my friends, my two friends. One of them watches this channel. Hi, Pagama. So I was with Pagama and another friend of ours. So I was with them. We had just attended a class and we were all going home. Wayihlala erezi thina sasihlala elokishini. Fine. We all wanted to buy ikota. At that time they were selling ikota just outside of campus. They were buying the both of them, and I was sitting down on the pavement. No, there was something that I was sitting on. I can't remember, but I was just chilling on something because they were waiting on God. I see someone coming from this side. Remember, just outside of our campus, kukho irez. So I knew that irez yake ngaphaya. No, I did not know. 2019, he moved to a different one because now he was doing his master's. Right? Yeah. In 2019, he was doing his master's. So he moved to a different res. And this day, guys, I think I was really pretty. Do you know when you feel that you're in and I'm sitting there and I'm looking, just thinking, zoned out, and I see someone that I recognize. You know when you're sitting like this and you're thinking, oh, I have to go home. I'm thinking all of those thoughts. I'm so tired. And I lift my head up. I know this person. And as I'm about to switch and so that he might not recognize me, we lock eyes. And I'm like, hi. And I'm telling hi. And as soon as we locked eyes and I lifted my hand, he walked across to come to me. He approaches me, I stand up. Whenever he narrates this part, he was like, you were so scared of me. You even wanted to get hit by a car. Apparently, I was running away from him. I even opted to go because there was a car coming. And I remember moving away from the road, but I was fucking. Why? Anyhow, he comes over, he's like, yo, when last did I see you? We talk. Now my friends are done. They're like, can we leave? And I'm like, I'm coming. And then he's like, can I please have your number? He lost all his contacts. Now, I kept his number until a week. This was April, and I think we met mid-April, and I think the very first week of April, I did some spring cleaning on my phone and I deleted his number. How God works, I don't know. I deleted his number that week. The next week, I met him. He's like, can I please have your number? And I'm like, I've had your number since you lost your phone. Why did you not say hi to me? Because the only reason why I kept on putting that hi status and profile picture was for you to say hi. Why did you not do that or call me? Because the only reason why I was doing those things was for you to just say hi to me. I gave him my number. We start chatting again. When I met him in April 2019, I had other suitors. I think he was the third or fourth guy that I was speaking to. And for me, I am a girl that if you want me, take me out to dates. I like free food. You take me out on dates, yeah, you do all of those things, those nice things. Those other 3 or 2 guys were doing all of that. He came, he did none of that. Tell me why he won my heart. Anyhow, we were approaching exam time, I remember. This was now, so April was ending and now we're approaching May. I can, in 2019, we start chatting a lot. Now, the only problem was with Ula and Uber driver. Out of all these other suitors, Uber driver was not calling. Uber driver, we would only chat. All the other guys would check up on me. All the other guys were doing those things that needed to be done, you know. We were both now in deep exams. So we were both busy. And I remember I had to cut him some slack because he's also working and a student. But then he finished before me. Still, he's not pulling up his socks. And I'm like, Aibo, hey. I won't get into the other suitors, but the other suitors were there. And my heart had already chosen him, but I felt like he was a bit slow for me. But the other guys that I'm really not into were just up. I remember now we were done with our exams, we were out celebrating the last paper, so I errands. The Uber driver knew that we were going to errands for pens down. The next day, I think he asked me how was my night errands, and I was so cold towards him. I was really cold, and I think he noticed that. And then I remember, guys, I think I'm done with my makeup. This is all that I'm doing. Okay. And then I remember talking to him that day. And then at night, I wrote him a long essay telling him of how he's not trying hard to get me, of how he's not showing me his intentions, all of those things. I wrote him hey. And then after I wrote that, I saw that he received the text. I blocked him. I blocked him. And then I moved on with my life. This was now mid-May, I think, mid-May. And then I was done with my exams. I was at home. I think I called Uber driver. Now, I was starting to miss him, honestly, because now really this guy had won my heart over the very first time that I met him. But remember now, I was in a relationship, and then we started to speak again the next year, and now my heart was open to a relationship with him, but I felt like there was something missing. Our anniversary is on the 9th. Okay, I called him on the 9th. I remember now. So remember, I deleted his number, I deleted the chat, I deleted everything that had to do with Uber driver on my phone. But now I'm sitting at home. I remember on the 9th of June, I was sitting at home and I was really missing him out of just nowhere. And then I remember I went through my call log and something dawned on me. He would call you at night. I don't know why, but he usually would call me at night and we would speak for a very long time when he would call. Listen, when he would call, we remember I'm complaining for attention. So I had to go through my call log. I went down, and I saw a number And then I went down. Remember, I finally phoned now. Samsung has call logs. I went through my call logs and I saw a number that I would speak to at night for a long duration of time, right? And then I went down, further down, and I saw the same number. I called that number. Me being me. I called that number. Sana ngobe ngiqale recorded, there was sunshine, but imkile ngoku. Kusewinter kaloku. Ndiyifonele le number. Le number ndiyifonela ndithi hi. Athi hi. Dithi, do you know who you're speaking with? Athi yena, yes. And I'm like, who? He's like, Agbu, Nuglunga, I know it's you. And I'm like, you are lying. You had to think about that for like a few seconds. He's like, no, I know your voice. And that's when we started the relationship on the 9th of June, because that night we spoke for about, I remember, 3 to 12. We spoke, I think I called him around 10. We spoke until 1 because my airtime depleted. He bought airtime. He called me back. That airtime depleted. He bought another airtime. So I think we spoke from 10 p.m. until 1 or 2 the next morning. That's how this beautiful relationship that we are in now started. Yeah, 5 years later, so happy. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed the story time. I hope you will like, comment, and do, if you're not yet subscribed on my channel. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.